Hi, welcome to Gary's Hobby Studio. In this video, I'm going to discuss the DaVinci Resolve 17.2.1 update. The original 17.2 update allowed you to work with MKV files. My machine was not. It was allowing me to work on them, but the problem was like the audio would cut out, like it would just go blank. I tried to demonstrate that in the video. The problem is that two things. Number one, when it did happen, I wasn't recording. When I was recording, all of a sudden it decided to work, and that was prior to the patch update. Not only that, but the video, for some reason, I must have had a web browser open or something, but the video audio was like, for some reason, not even in sync. And still haven't gotten DaVinci Resolve mastered on how to resync it, because it's like the video was ahead of the audio, so it's like the video would play so far, I'd see my lips move, but then all of a sudden then the audio would start playing from the beginning part that was already passed. So I have to figure out how to sync audio. I know it always talks about like two different recording devices. My thing is everything records into one video file, or to one file, both audio and video, so that's why I always have to make sure that they're synced up correctly, hence the problem. So, but it seems that the patch update works. So if you're running 17 or 17.2 and you're having that audio disconnect, and if it hasn't prompted you to do it, definitely go download whether it's the studio or the free version, and it'll update it to 17.2.1, and then that way you'll have that update so that that doesn't happen, because I know it did to me for once I updated it, and it was like, okay, so that's why I still have OBS Studio still converting the files, just in case if I run into problems. I always have the backup MP4. But with the way the editing's been going and everything, it seems to be working. I definitely like that, which is nice. Because eventually I'm just going to have it do MKVs and I don't have to deal with it or anything. There were some other enhancements too. Let me see if I can bring that up and I can discuss some of those. And let me switch it over to this, and I'll make it a little easier for everybody's eyes, especially my old eyes. Okay, so from what some of the things that it has fixed here is it improved playback performance on network storage devices, which would be fine because eventually I am going to get that set up to where I get everything set, everything color corrected, ship everything off and let the server do it, and then I can start another video or work on some other project or something like that. Improved startup performance, which it does seem when using video monitor device. That I don't know because I don't have video monitoring devices. But I know it's supposed to improve the startup of the actual software, because I think that was one of the things. And or I don't know if it was 17.2 or 17.2.1, but either way, I have noticed that DaVinci Resolve does seem to start up a little quicker, which is nice, especially on this old laptop. Correct an issue with incorrect loudness and normalization behavior. I'd have to see how you even do that. Address an issue with recording audio in 192 kilohertz, which, yeah, this is the one that I was interested in right here. Just because that's what was happening to me whenever I was playing or trying to use MKV files when that feature was available. Issue with relinking media when importing a DRT timeline. I've never done that. MIDI I/O. Correct fusion loader. I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff that's, you know, a part of it, and I'm sure if I'd go to their forums, and I'm sure I can get an even bigger list. But these are some of the things which is nice. It says address the lag when changing HDR properties using a control panel. which if I'd ever get into HDR and stuff like that, which I'm gonna try that. I want to be able to play with something, which I have like plenty of videos that I want to try to play with. I even want to try to do like color correction. Have to see how to address that. Address monetary audio, address issue. I already talked about that. I mean, some of these things are probably maybe something that I do run into. Maybe it's like background stuff. Considering I'm still new to video editing and everything, I'm still kind of getting used to some of the features, and I still have to explore a lot of the features. But it's definitely something that I'm definitely looking forward to eventually. You know, one thing I want to try to do, which I have to see how to do it, because it was talking about the DaVinci Resolve keyboard. It's kind of like takes the speed editor that I have and makes it full size. There was something that would correct like video, and I want to see how you do that, and I want to maybe try it on this, and hopefully it'll fix some of my flesh tones and stuff like that. But I mean, if you haven't updated it already, for whatever reason, you know, definitely do it, especially if you want to work with MKV files, because it does solve the audio problem that I was definitely having with it. Too bad that the video that I had the audio out of sync, and it never really displayed the problem itself, which sucks. But I really like DaVinci Resolve. Like I said, I'm not a DaVinci Resolve master, so don't expect any videos of that, because I'm nowhere like, because there's other people that are way better at it than me. Like I said, I liked it because it was free, and you have a lot of features in the free. The only thing you don't have is the using a GPU. It uses your CPU more than anything else, so it takes a little longer to render images. I'll be honest with you, this has a Quadro M2200, my laptop, and I swear it will crunch a video like that. I mean, I had the previous video, if you watched it, that sucker was done inside of like 6 minutes using the NVIDIA Quadro graphics chipset on this thing. I highly recommend it. I mean, it's just fantastic. Now, the only way you can use that is if you get the studio version. If you're wanting to look at that, definitely look at the speed editor, because if you buy just the license, it's $295. If you buy the speed editor, the license comes with it, and you can use it on 2 computers. And that's why I want to use it on my laptop, and I want to use it on because I have my Plex server with a graphics card. I did PCIe pass-through, passed a graphics card to it, and Proxmox works great. I will let you know that if you do that, you won't be able to use the web interface viewer to view the desktop. You have to use a program like TightVNC, No Machine. If you have a license for TeamViewer, you can use that, because it won't let you use that the way it works. Hopefully they'll fix it in the future. I don't know if they will or they won't, but it's definitely, and it gives you the full DaVinci Resolve Studio, which is the full version, which is nice. It gives you that GPU capability. I have used the speed editor a little bit. I still need to work with it a little more. It's like anything else, you know, it's practice and time, and it really is. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say about the DaVinci Resolve 17.2.1 update. It does fix the problems if you haven't already done it, because I don't know if anybody uses it out there that watches me, and you know, whether they use MP3 or MP4s or MKVs. If you do what I do, or even if you're just making videos for yourself and you have to convert it to MP4, you don't have to do that now. You can definitely use your MKV files in DaVinci Resolve. And like I said, I don't know if the problem was mainly because of my laptop and the hardware that it has, and that may have been what's causing it, and they fixed the bug in it. But they definitely did, and it's great. I like it because now I can save disk space because I don't have to have an MKV and an MP4 version of those files, because I have OBS Studio set to, you know, recode it to MP4 when I'm done recording. So it records an MKV, makes the MP4, and then I just used to use the MP4. Now I don't have to do that, so that'll save disk space that way. That way I'm only making one file. That's it, nothing else. And as I always like to say, have a good day, guys, and take care.